Welcome, everybody, to the special edition of the Don Lemon Show. This is our Legend Show. This is the highest tier of our membership, and this has been such an active week. And folks have been engaged. People have been wanting to give their opinions and their thoughts. If you're Legend, if you're on right now, mute, please, because I can hear myself. Thank you very much. And I wanted to give the Legends their own program, their own show. So this is our Legend Show. And if you are a Lemon Legend, which is the highest tier of our membership, you get to be on, you get to share your opinion. Now, I'm going to put this up because I know that you guys are going to want to respond to this. Remember, the right wing, welcome, Legends. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. A free-flowing conversation that we're going to have. Now, you've heard what the right wing has been saying about Charlie Kirk's alleged shooter and what should happen to the Democrats, and that Democrats we're at war with them. This is all the faults of Democrats, yada, yada, yada. According to this new Daily Beast reporting, they're saying that the 22-year-old suspect, Tyler Robinson, who was arrested in connection to the assassination of activist Charlie Kirk, that he came from a MAGA family. That's what his family revealed, saying Charlie Kirk's suspect grandmother says family is all MAGA. How did this turn into a Democratic, left-leaning, transgender operation when at this point it appears not to be? Legends, you're free to weigh in. Who wants to start? Go for it.
Pick it up. It's obviously they have to scapegoat. We all knew it wasn't going to be a trans person, a black person, a Muslim person. I'll say this. I do not condone violence. Sorry someone died. Can't lie and say I'm entirely sorry about who the person was, because let's be real, this was not a martyr. This was not a hero. I've been seeing people online comparing him to MLK, which pissed me off because that is so far off the mark. It's not even on the same planet. But we can't live in fear, but you also have to be cognizant that free speech comes at a price. Because words matter, words are powerful, and you can't control how that's going to affect somebody. You just can't. So yeah, you can say whatever the hell you want to say, but we pay for everything we do. Unfortunately, these were the consequences for the hateful, disrespectful, racist, divisive, destructive rhetoric that this man has put out into the world. I'm sorry for his kids, but this is a dangerous time. I feel Trump wants civil war, and unfortunately for America, it's going to take something catastrophic to snap everybody out of this shit. It's crazy.
Thank you, Kev.
Hi, Don.
Hi.
And thank you for having us. The one thing I want to say is that Donald Trump is a very evil person. He has said and did a lot of things telling people that they can just hit us, or when you get them, just knock them down and kick them and beat them up. And then when violence happens on their side, he doesn't know how to handle it. I think, first of all, that he should look into his own cabinet, his cabinet where he got unqualified people working for him. He got people that don't know to go left or to right, and he wants to blame the Democrats because they don't know what else to do. It's Democrats' fault. It's not our fault. We didn't do anything. All we did was be black and be born, and they all hate us. They hate us for being black, and they already taking food from people. I mean, I can already see the prices have tripled at the grocery stores, and people are feeling this. You know how many people have lost jobs? People have lost jobs. He keep going after the government and going after agencies, and people are mad now. And so I'm not surprised that Charlie Kirk, they couldn't get to Trump, so they got to the next best person. And it was a MAGA person that did it, and they're going to have to eat that.
Hi, Don. It's Keisha.
Hi, Keisha.
I feel like I'm living in the upside down world more this week than most weeks this year, because of the fact that the media is sanitizing bigotry by playing into this idea that Charlie Kirk was some kind of martyr, when we have all kinds of evidence that he was a bigot.
Whoa.
That's my boys.
Someone's, okay.
Oh,
The drive.
They're
to
getting into it.
They hear the motion detector.
It's just very disheartening to see how many fans he had, how many people are upset about the reaction that others have to his death and to their lionizing of him. Like, what? I'm actually at a loss for words. I'm very disappointed in the media. They need to do better. I'm like, call these people out. Don Jr. should not be talking about how things are fascist and you shouldn't call things fascist. Like, your dad is the ultimate like perpetrator of violent words. Your words can be violent, and Charlie Kirk spewed words that were violent.
I agree with Keisha completely. They're making a martyr out of him. I've never seen such a thing. This man has been evil. He has maligned so many people. I even hear they're going to have a state funeral for him. What universe are we in? I just feel myself really jumbled up inside all week. But I don't believe in violence. I want to hope that there's good still in this country and that we can get beyond this. But I understand what Keisha's saying. That's why what you're doing is so great, Dawn, for elimination and for all of us.
Oh, yes.
But other people are not speaking up in the media, our senators, our congress people. I haven't heard any of those voices during this hard week for
I'm
everyone.
just trying to get some.
Yeah, and I love this group here. I mean, so much passion.
Can I chime in, Don?
Of course. Thank you,
Yeah,
Maureen.
Sure, go ahead, absolutely.
Oh, yes. I just want to reiterate what Maureen said. Your men on the streets have been fantastic. You and Jolly, I swear to God, I watched the YouTube and I got mesmerized. I caught up the other day on all your guys' man on the streets. And I think it's very vital that other people see it. And the more that we can do, like, subscribe, the more people will see yours and Jolly's videos and others and see that Donald Trump is not as popular as they think he is. And his supporters are crazy. I got a friend that still doesn't think I was a right-wing killer for some odd reason. Well, he's got possibly, I don't understand. I don't know what their mindset is. But that's all I got to say, Don. Thanks for having us, by the way.
Oh, Bob, thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
Anything?
Who is that?
Oh, hi. This is Bonita.
Hi, Bonita.
It says phone because I got a new phone. But anyway, there were people who tried to say things about the truth about Charlie Kirk. Has everybody heard that Matthew Dowd was fired from MSNBC because he told the truth about what Charlie says? And then there were some other people who are less, I'd say less famous, who, for example, posted things on their timelines. They're getting fired from their jobs. I actually sent an article to Peter yesterday about that. So what they're doing is if anyone says anything about Charlie that they don't like, they're clapping down and having that person punished. And this is crazy. I mean, just like Tim Wise was saying, yes, we're in a fascist country at this point in time. Not we're going to be fascist, we are full on fascist, and people need to realize that, and we need to start living and doing something regarding that.
So going off of what Keisha had said earlier, just like with I can't believe what's going on. Something that's really been frustrating me regarding Charlie Kirk is I've just been seeing people, especially on my Facebook, talking about, oh, I never really heard of Charlie Kirk before now. And oh, yes, some of his ideas, they were a little extreme. But at the end of the day, he was, so good because he always mentioned God and Jesus. And that just really angered me because it's like, I think of like taking the Lord's name in vain, where it's like these people just, these supporters and people who watch this just think like, oh, well, because he mentioned God and Jesus, that must mean he's okay.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. He said, and again, I don't condone violence in any form. I'm anti-war, anti-gun, all of these things. But what makes me just so angry is they think that because people talk about God or Jesus, that just will cancel out any awful things that he has said or people like him have said. And it's just so frustrating that people can just seem to switch their views and opinions because of things like that.
Thank
They
you, Katie.
weaponize it.
What'd you say, Kev?
No, I was to piggyback off of what Katie was saying. They use God and Jesus to weaponize because they know, a person of faith, they're not going to really push back or fight that. Whatever he's saying, he can say the worst stuff in the world, but if he's praising the Lord, and I love the Lord, but God is not condoning anything that Charlie Kirk spoke about. God is a God of love, peace.
Can I chime in here for a second? I called this last night. I knew that the call was coming from inside the house. I just knew it. The Fourth Estate has fallen. Congress has fallen. Senate I think it was yesterday, passed a law just relinquishing their right to question nominees. Now they've passed this law where they can take as many as 100, 1,000 nominees and vote on them all at once without any sort of questioning or anything. All of the guardrails are off. So I don't think that we're under a fascist regime. I think we're all out dictator right now. And we're living in a very, very dangerous time because of the rhetoric from the right. And as far as like the faith thing, they can trap people who are actually ignorant of what the Bible actually says and what Jesus actually stands for. These are people that probably are not well versed in the Bible, and that's how they fall for this crap. If you know the Bible, no one can make you believe that anything they spew has anything to do with Jesus's teachings. And like I said on a previous show, that's why I don't call myself a Christian anymore. I call myself a follower of Jesus. But it is a very scary time because they're going to twist this, even though they know the full-on truth. This guy was a groyper, which is even farther to the right than what Kirk was. So there's crickets about that. You don't hear them saying anything about that. They still want to focus on the rhetoric that's coming from the left. And all I've heard from the left in the last couple of days is we have empathy for his family, for his wife. Violence should not be condoned. That's all we've heard from the left. So I don't want to take up too much time.
But I think that,
no,
Monique, I think it's, you bring up a very good point, but I think they're going to find a way to twist this.
Yes. That's my fear, Don.
They're going to weaponize the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's my fear, is that they'll twist it.
Let me play this, and then I want to get you guys' response from it. Then everybody can weigh in. But I want to play this because I just showed the quote, but I want you to hear what Charlie Kirk said about Black women in 2023.
Okay.
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously, play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, and particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color. but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that.
Okay, that's enough of him. You get it. So she's
That's
what
what
she's
he
trying to say
did.
is that the opportunity would not have been available to her because they weren't offering qualified Black women or qualified people of color an opportunity. Not that she got the opportunity because she wasn't qualified and they were looking for a Black person. But go on, you guys, weigh in.
Okay, let me interject about mediocrity in white men.
Oh, by the way, he dropped out of community college. I'm just saying. Go on.
Yeah. Yes. So when I was in college, this was ages ago, in my biology major, there were 2 Black women, myself and another woman. All of these white boys I had to go to school with. And basically all of my classes were white men and me. So in one of my classes, I think it was like molecular cell biology, the teacher is circling around me, assuredly thinking that I was cheating because I was doing well in the class. So anyway, this has been my experience with mediocre white men. And this is what we have in our entire cabinet, in our presidency, and now in our Senate, and in our Supreme Court. Kavanaugh, he was credibly accused of sexual assault. Why is he on the court? Why is he on the court? It's because of white male mediocrity. They would never let somebody with those accusations onto the court if they were a person of color.
If they were,
They just removed
sexual
removed the Pakistani American woman who was the head of the FBI in Salt Lake City just because she was a Pakistani American.
Highly qualified.
Let me, I want to hear from Lori King. Lori, you has your hand up.
Go, Lori.
You know, the thing that gets me is, you know, I do not like Charlie Kirk at all. But political violence seems to be increasing more and more because of the Trump rhetoric. You know, he wants to have that perfect, you know, and I hate to say it again, but, you know, Nazism where you got to be white, male, and rich. And with Charlie Kirk, you know, I think he was trying to follow that line. I do not like the comments he says. You know, I have family members that are, you know, LGBTQ. You know, I have friends all over the thing because I love human beings. And with Trump treating this guy as a saint, giving him a state, you know, funeral, it disgusts me. Actually, it really disgusts me because, you know, it's just showing hate wins. And I hate that. You know, bad people win. That's not how life should be. That's not how our government should be. Our government needs to live up to the Constitution. We need to do what's right for our country, like our forefathers, and treat everyone as equal and also really part of that Constitution. We are the people. And, you know, with Trump, you know, I was so grossed out when I saw J.D. Vance, Air Force Two, have his casket on there. You know, what other commentator would have Air Force Two or One try, you know, take your casket away without being a military person or, you know, a senator or a previous president? So, you know, this has been really hard. And I have a son who is in that age range. He's, you know, we're white and he's, you know, almost 16 years old, and he knows the game that, you know, the suspect has been playing. And I asked him, I'm like, what kind of game is this? And I told him, I'm like, if you get any feelings like you're getting pushed back and forth and stuff, let me know. And he's like, Mom, don't worry. You know, I love everyone. But, you know, I think a lot of this has to do with the parents and the family. MAGA has really hit people's brains, and they don't care what you think or anything. You're wrong. Doesn't matter. And those parents should be held liable.
Sorry.
I agree with you. So true.
What drives me crazy about people like Charlie Kirk is, as a Black woman, I don't like to respond to racism. I don't like to waste my time and energy responding to what I know is ridiculousness. Is he jealous? It's like we can't achieve enough. We can't have enough accolades. We can't be amazing enough. We can't score high enough for people like him to respect us and to accept that we earned our way into the places that we are. We deserve to take up space in this world too. You're not the only one. It is the ultimate sign of racism for you to make this assumption that we just got to where we are because of some kind of charity. You literally think that you were better than us because you were born with white skin. That is racist. So I don't condone his murder, but I'm not going to mourn it either.
Project 2025, they want to see Black people picking cotton, cleaning the shrimp fish. They want to see us picking the oranges. They just want to see us down. They want to see us broke and destroyed. And unless we come together in millions, I'm talking about we all got to come out. We have to all be willing to come out, gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, blue, whatever you are. We have to be willing to get out in the streets. Don has got out in the streets and showed us how to do it, and we need to follow in his footsteps.
Yep.
Amen.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
First of all,
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think if we do that, it's given in the Trump that he's going to be able to declare martial law.
Yeah.
That's what he's waiting for.
That's what he wants.
So he wants you to sit there and take it.
Round up back Black people to get out in the streets like we did with the George Floyd and all that. He's waiting to do it so that he can say there's martial law, there's no voting, no nothing. He's going to shut it down.
That's what I meant the other day.
He's doing it anyway.
But getting out there on the streets, I don't think that's the answer. I don't think
It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
That's right.
You know, you can peacefully assemble.
That's
because
right.
at the end of the day, what's very disheartening, there's a portion of this country that believes just like Kirk did, just like Trump does. And to be a Black man, to be a gay man in this country, it feels disheartening.
It does.
Very disheartening. To be a woman, I'm sure it feels disheartening. To be an immigrant, it has to be disheartening. We built this country.
Yes.
We built this country.
Well, the only reason that this has come to a head now is because, to white people's credit, more and more white people are accepting of the multiculturalism. Back in Reagan's day, back in LBJ and all of that, racism was the day, period. I mean, back when my mom was growing up, you get called nigger all the time, right? But now more and more white people are against it. More white people are vehemently against racism and white supremacy. That is the conflict that we're having now. That and the fact that the multiculturalism is increasing dramatically.
Well,
Can I jump in real fast?
It's not just color, it's money too. He's trying to separate us with wealth and the have and the have-nots.
Who's trying to jump in? Is it Jim?
I wanted to jump in. You go ahead.
James.
Oh, sorry, James.
That's
You
okay.
go ahead.
I agree with a lot of everybody. Keisha said something very profound to me that we shouldn't even be giving racism airtime at this point. I mean, I try not to let racism in my life, but I witnessed a lot this week. I work with a very multicultural company, and there were literally almost fistfights with some people over and I didn't know this. I didn't know this guy.
Over the Charlie Kirk thing?
Yes, and it was funny because what Kevin just said is about, it was a gay Black man and a 21-year-old Christian kid, went to the Christian universities, the whole bit. I didn't even know who the hell Charlie Kirk was. I'll be flat out honest with you. So I studied this. I mediated a couple of these arguments when they happened. And it was really eye-opening to me. Before I forget, I want to go back to what Andrea said, where they said they don't want us to see Black women succeed. I want to see Andrea have her own show. like Nanny Faye. So I just want to put that out there before I forget to say
I will
that.
second that.
But let me go back because she always puts a smile on my face. But let's go back. So
It's the Andrea Pinkney show.
I missed that, but that's all right. What I witnessed this week and what I'm deducing to it is that these kids are fucking young. They're 21, 22. They're now in the workforce. They're now adults. They're now out there in corporate America. And the Charlie Kirks of the world have been getting in their brains since they were teenagers. This one kid going up against the gay black man, he didn't understand that this guy is against everything that this one stands for. And what you don't understand is he's been hearing this rhetoric for 10 years. Where were you 10 years ago? You were in middle school or elementary school. So because you just heard this guy the last couple of years on your college campus, give me a break. And I think they have gotten into the heads of the younger kids earlier, stronger, better. And these are kids who are looking, whoever said the parents, but they're looking for different guidance and they don't know which way to turn. So they're going to the most divisive, lowest denominator, which is hate. And it doesn't matter if it's black hate, gay hate, trans hate, it's just hate. And I think that genie is out of the bottle and it's going to take all of us to put it back in. And it's going to be an awful big bottle and it's going to take a lot of us to seal it tight because
and that's how I feel, James. I don't think that we have to come out and be violent.
no.
I think we have to come out in the millions showing that we are one, that we are all joined together, willing to fight autocracy. He has, like I said, he's a very evil man, and I don't know why he's still here on this planet, but for some reason, God has given him the opportunity to turn away from all that sin that he does. And what's his name? The one, he's not even qualified to be over the FBI.
Cass
Right.
Patel.
And people are talking about Charlie Kirk and to feel sorry for his wife and his kids. Yes, I feel sorry for the kids. That was a horrific thing that happened. I don't feel sorry for the man. I don't feel sorry for his wife.
They must have condoned it.
Well, not only did she condone it, Andrea, they created a whole business based on hate and profited off it and lived off it. And this guy's not educated. He has no business preaching this stuff to the young minds of today. These 20-somethings. It's almost like in high school, the freshmen are looking at the seniors.
I can agree with you about the qualifications or whatever, but I mean, this is a young lady, this is a family who's the kids that don't have their father anymore. I mean, you could have empathy around
and
that.
look at all the black people.
And I do for the kids. I do for the kids.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put yourself out there and put yourself, we've said this to you, Don, that you have to be careful when you're out on the streets. When you were first thinking about going to DC, that show way back when, and we were all telling you there's just a small group saying we didn't feel comfortable with you doing that. Well, if you're going to be put yourself out there in a role like that with him, I mean, something's bound to happen, unfortunately. That's just the side we're in.
A legend at the bottom of the screen has her
hop in?
hand up. I
Can I
can't
hop
see.
in up in
Who is
here?
that with the lavender first? Has her
That's
hand
me.
up.
Hey, Mike.
No, not you. Who is it at the
Hey,
bottom? Who is it?
Oh, you go first, Shannon. You go first,
Is it
please.
Shannon?
you go. I was saying, hey,
No,
hey.
Shannon, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead,
No,
Shannon.
y'all.
I just
Whoever
got
wants to
home.
go,
It's all
go.
you. Shannon, please go.
But Miss Andrea, because I respect my elders. However, I do not believe that is a good idea. I think we need to find a different way to protest as black people. We have to find a different way, whether we're maybe helping, but we can't be out there on the streets. I just think
We had the Million Man March.
If you
We
don't
had
come
the-
on the streets,
No,
the
let her cook.
Million
Let her
Women
cook.
March.
Let her
not
cook.
the way Trump is now. Not the
You
way
know.
Trump is now, because he's already sending the National Guard everywhere. We get out there. I mean, even if we get out there and there was a lady who went out. I can't remember where it was, Philadelphia, one of the first mass marches they did. And what did they do? They didn't bother they didn't bother the white people. They went after the black people that were in the crowd. That's just showing you they're going to always find us and pick us out, because that's what they're looking to do.
And,
They
and
want us to
Shannon,
get out
I
there and
understand what
feel
you're
good.
saying, but this time, even if we don't do anything and just be mad and protest on the, on the YouTube or on national television, which they taken away free speech from the media that's on regular TV, they're going to try to do it anyway. They're going to do it. They're doing it right now. We have to do something. We can't just sit back and watch.
Well, we are doing something, but
Wait till those 15 million people don't have health insurance in January. Wait till they cut food stamps from 1 in 8 people starting in January. Like I said, food is already an insecurity for a lot of people, and so I don't understand how sitting at home doing nothing is going to help.
well, we're not doing
Yeah.
nothing, right? But
Let
I
Mo
understand what
go.
Shannon is
Mo,
saying.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mo money, go.
May money.
May money.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, boo.
No,
I'm sorry.
first
May
of all,
money.
I understand exactly where you're coming from here. And this is why, first of all, I fucks with Tim Wise, who you had on earlier. I've been kind of studying him from the jump, like with his Pasadena college speech. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but it is phenomenal. I'm sorry, white people are only ones that are going to be able to solve this problem. Like the white culture, the way that white people raise their children, and the ideas and the thoughts that they put into their heads needs to stop. Okay, just period. Black people are not able to do this, and so for Black women should be the last ones coming up and doing shit for y'all. We already done this problem. We already done been here. We tried to tell you, and now we're here. And so don't ask for any Black people to come up and do shit for y'all. Period. Secondly, about the Charlie Kirk of it all, and I will be as graceful as I can for someone so hateful that would never extend that same type of grace to me. This man was straight up evil. I'm pretty sure he's crispified Charlie Kirk fried chicken legs in hell the way that this man was. And you know what has happened after his death? He has been, now we got to lower our flags to half mass, and he's going to be laid at the, like he was some hero when half people didn't even know who the fuck he was until he fucking got popped, right? And then third, so they wanted to say, oh, so it was the the left, and the left is the problem. The left are these warmongers, and the left is this and that and that. Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If that shooter is on the left and he ain't aiming at me, then you know what? I'll fucking take it, because that motherfucker is a sharpshooter, and I don't want nobody aiming nothing at me with that sort of accuracy. So you know what? I think Charlie Kirk did this to himself. I think that dude who committed that atrocity was betrayed by Charlie Kirk, was fueled by the hatred that he pointed out, and for some reason or whatever he said, that dude was like, oh no, I can't trust him no more. That's the same thing that happened with the Trump shooter
Yeah,
in
but I
Butler.
have to say,
He was
the
he was
man
a
didn't
former
deserve.
I think
The man did not
allegedly, okay,
deserve
I
to
guess I gotta
be.
say,
The man did not deserve to be shot down like that. Nobody deserved
he
that.
did not deserve to be, but he got what he asked for. Honestly, like, what do you mean? Like,
Nobody asked to be
you guys
shot down.
He
understand
didn't
what I'm
ask to be
saying, right? I'm
shot.
not
May
saying
May
that
May
deserving.
money. He did not ask to be shot, and you can't say he asked to be shot. It was just.
Well, he did say that lives,
I gotta
he
say
said that
something, John,
lives
to what
needed
you
to be
said.
given up.
It's not that I don't have empathy for the wife. I do. I have empathy for the children. I have empathy for the wife, but I'm not going to mourn them. I'm not going to mourn. I'd rather. I was at 9/11. I was down. I was in the city at 9/11. We didn't hear boo about 9/11 this year. I'm still mourning those people. And these Charlie Kirk followers today weren't even alive then, which was eye-opening to me also this week. But we don't have to mourn someone that is so full of hate and who built a business on hate. We can feel,
And
you
he
know,
did say,
nobody should be shot down.
that you have to be killed to protect the Second Amendment.
I think
And you
those,
have
I
to
think those
accept.
words,
That was his
I think
word.
those words came back to haunt him. And for, you know, for those of, but I don't think the man asked to be shot, nor did he deserve to be shot. Was this part of the world that him and folks in the, you know, who believe that the Second Amendment is sacrosanct? Is this a world that they created? Unfortunately, that there's random gun violence like this? Yes, but he did not ask to be shot. Go on.
But he needed to be
And
muzzled.
please let
He
me
needed to be
clarify that.
muzzled. Just
But
as
what
if you
about the
yelled, wait,
threats
May,
and
one
what
sec.
about the violence and what about the rhetoric that has been spread since this, since after his
It still
death?
does
Like,
not condone,
there's
it doesn't
so much
condone,
craziness going on.
but it doesn't condone
Evidence.
any of it. It doesn't condone people saying that he deserved to be shot. The man didn't deserve to be shot. Did he have horrible views? Did he espouse horrible things? Yes. Should he have been shot? No. Is it part of the
No.
world that he and others who are such strict proponents of the Second Amendment, did they help to create this world that unfortunately, where there's someone who should not have had a gun, got possession of a gun? Yes, but didn't deserve to be shot. And none of it,
I didn't say
none
he
of this,
deserved it.
okay, but none of it condones any of this.
Think about it like this.
But what about his rhetoric and so we're condoning that? Is that okay too?
No,
Because
No,
I feel like it's gotten
we've been
worse
calling it
now
out the
that-
entire
Don't
time.
make it
But
right.
May Money, there's a difference between calling out the violence and saying that someone deserved to die. That's not appropriate and it's not right.
I didn't say anybody deserved to die. Maybe my language came out wrong, but that was not my intention. So I want to keep that straight up a beam
All right.
for everybody.
I agree with you, Don, that nobody deserves to be shot. We shouldn't have guns on the streets. We all agree on that on this panel, I believe, on that.
Yeah.
But moving on, I think what we all agree, I think we don't need to feel that we have to mourn someone who did this. And I do think our society needs what Charlie Kirk was doing is no better than yelling fire in a crowded theater. And, you know, with all of that rhetoric, we have come so far. Someone earlier on the panel said that, you know, whites and blacks get together and we're going backwards and there's no reason for us to go backwards.
Oh.
We were trudging along and getting well beyond that stuff. And now it's kind of like in the last 10 years, and we know why and who, we are going backwards and we have to stop. We have to put the parking brake on.
Let me jump in here and say something because I'm reading the comments here. So May Money did not say he deserved to be shot. She said that he asked for it. And I said that she didn't ask for it. So in our, you know, talking about it, and I'm not trying to protect my brand. I've been saying for days now, and no one else has been saying that he espoused horrible things and he should not be deified. And I've been consistent in saying, but no one deserves to be shot. I don't believe in political violence, no matter how many times you guys try to convince me that this is the man got all of this or whatever. Sure. Again, this is a world and the environment that his words, his beliefs helped to create. But no one asked to be shot or asks to be killed or deserves to be shot or killed for their political beliefs. I think what he stood for was repugnant. I don't think that he should get anything near a state funeral. I don't believe the vice president of the United States should be helping to carry his casket. I don't believe that he should be given the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I don't believe that flags should be lowered to half staff. I don't believe in any of that. But I also don't believe the man should have been shot for his horrible beliefs. That's just me. And that's not protecting my brand. That's just me being real, stating the truth. And I would say that to my mom. I would say that to May Money. I would say that to Mo. I would say that to Andrea, anybody here in the chat. That's just how I feel. And you guys can feel the way that you feel, and you can disagree with me. That's why you're here. Go ahead. Give it to me.
What I don't
we all
agree
agree,
with
Don.
is-
We all agree.
We do agree.
We're
and
all
to
just
abolish
have little
slavery, when we
nuances.
abolished slavery, we all came out together, and we came out as a group of people. We didn't come out violent. We have to come out. We had to abolish this. We have to come out together peacefully and say we're not going to take it. Even if, even May Money, you said once, if all of us say I'm not going to work today because they're making stuff so high that we can't afford to go shopping no way,
Anyway.
So I'm saying we got to come out, we got to join forces. That's how we abolish slavery.
I agree with you, Andrea.
Can I just say, I think the problem we've had with all of this, or I'm speaking for myself, I don't think I am, but it's what Trump is doing with it and his administration. This man's death. He's inciting people to be violent. We're not looking
Maureen, pause.
at
Everybody listen to Maureen. Bingo, you have hit, this is the nail on the head right here. It is the reaction from the Republicans and from Donald Trump is the whole reason that we're having this conversation right now. And that the reason that we are in this position that we're in, for people to be offended, for Black men, for gay people, for Black women to be scratching their heads going, wait a minute, what the hell? This person did not even believe that someone like me should exist, right?
Yeah.
And if in order for me to exist, I would have to have his beliefs, or I'd have to change my sexuality, or you'd have to give your job as a Black woman to a white man. And so that's why people are going, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Why are you in the Oval Office saying that you are going to, flags should be lowered, and then releasing a statement saying that he's going to get the Presidential Medal of Freedom? Like, what the hell is going on? Why didn't you do that for the Democratic representative who was, killed by a Trump supporter? Why didn't you do that for George Floyd or any of those? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you do that for them?
Well, we can't feed into it. We can't make it a black and white issue again. We've had those.
But you understand the frustration and the outrage. I get it.
But the small part of MAGA. Wait a sec. Wait a sec, Andrea. Let me finish.
Let him finish. Let him get his thoughts.
There are plenty of Black and white people who get along together. And I put in the comments, if we could do like a hands across America, black, white, black, white, black, white, and show that solidarity, because we're letting this group of white supremacists, and the KKK have been around forever, and we're letting that group grow and take over everybody. Now everybody's feeling against everybody again.
Yeah.
And I think we have to stop that.
It's not we. It's you.
Hang on, guys. I cut
It's
Maureen
you
off.
as
Maureen.
white people that are allowing this. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not allowing it.
No.
But you have to talk to your
If you
friends
don't
and
understand what
family.
Jennifer is saying, then you are definitely a part of the problem. I'm just going to keep it a bean. White people are a part of the problem, and stop raising your children to do this shit.
I'm
not talking about
Wait a minute, I'm not
Maureen. I'm not talking about you, James. I'm talking about the culture of white America. And if you think if you think I'm talking about you specifically, then maybe you are a part of the problem, because I'm not talking about you. You should understand that we're not talking about you specifically. But in having
You're
to
generalizing,
explain that
though,
is
Meg. You're
frustrating.
generalizing. You're broad stroking.
No, I'm not generalizing. You're generalizing.
So something that you have to remember too.
We don't need to fight, guys. We're all on the same team.
Yeah,
Right,
like
we
so
are. We are on the same page.
I'm new. I wanted to jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
But hi everyone. Hi, Lemon Nation. Let's all get along. I think we're all saying the same thing. I think the reason that we're still even talking about it, and someone did mention it, is because when I found out about Charlie Kirk, I was shocked. I was like sad. I didn't know a lot about him. I know who he was, kind of what he stood for, but then I started hearing the sound bites of things he would say. And I was like, it made me more angry and more angry as time progressed, because I didn't know the depth of it. And I think I'm seeing that on this call right now. I think the way that he's being idolized and being spoken of so highly with, all these sound bites and things that you see, it's kind of disheartening. And I can see, everyone's very passionate and angry about that. And I get it, because I feel the same way. I just wanted to
Good
say,
comment.
I still think, going back to May, is
it comes down to the parents. My father, my mother raised us to love everyone, regardless race, religion, gender, sexual orientation. And that's how we were raised. You know, my father was a history teacher. He taught his students, and I still to this day is grateful. I grew up watching documentaries on the Zulu War and slavery and how, you know, how we were, you know, white people were wrong, especially in the South. You know, and even bringing over slaves, you know, that's comes from your parents and their heritage and stuff. And the problem with all this going on is the MAGA families are like, oh, women should stay in their place. If you are a different color, you need to be, you know, you're inferior to us. So they get treated like crap. You know, it really comes out, we're in 2025. 1965, 60 years ago, we had the Civil Rights Act. We had a great man, Martin Luther King, who gave his life to this. And the problem with Donald Trump and all his MAGA people is they want to bring back the 1965 because that's how they were raised with their parents, their grandparents, their whole family. And we all need to love each other and respect each other and treat everyone as human beings, regardless.
If we
And
can
that's the problem
fight
with
for
MAGA.
democracy,
I think
again,
that this
stay
is a
together.
very important conversation for us to have. And look, and I like to have real conversations, so I'm glad that we're doing this. So look, I don't think that we should be blaming people. I think the people here pretty much are on the same page, but I think it's good that we're having an honest discussion about this because people so rarely do it. Anyway, go on.
I want to be clear. When we say that white people are the problem, what we're saying is that we don't have contact to your family, your friends, etc. We know that there are white allies. We know that. What we are saying is you white allies need to go and talk to people. Tell them black people are not inferior. Black people don't live in the jungle. I actually had somebody think that black people live in the jungle in Africa.
But
Live
we
in
know that,
trees.
but we can't-
Live in
This is the
trees.
problem. We all know that on this panel, but the MAGA people are going after that subset of people, and they're MAGA. I don't care if let's call them green people or red people.
No, what I'm saying is
And then wait.
people.
But we have to stay together to fight for democracy. Then
No,
we'll
let her
fall
make
back
her
and
point,
not go back to
James.
65.
Let her make her point, James.
Let him finish, please. Go ahead, James, and then she can make her point. Go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where this is about democracy, and the green people or the red MAGA people, let's call them the red MAGA people. Those are the ones that we should be going against. It's not black and white. It's not Chinese and it's not Muslim and whatever with the 9/11. And that's where I'm just so upset that it's becoming a black and white issue because that's what they want it to be. There are so many white and black people.
Let
that
her
get
finish her
these.
point. Let her finish her point. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is, whenever we as black people ask white people to listen to us, you all say, not this white person, not this white person. What we're trying to say is, we don't know your people. The only way this changes is for you to talk to your people. MAGA is like 90% white. There are very few black people who know MAGA people. Okay.
MAGA aren't
But we always hear on TV, oh, your MAGA aunts and uncles. Very few black people have that reality. So what we're saying is white people need to talk to other people. White allies need to talk to these MAGA people and see if you can turn them around. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that, but I agree with that, but I don't know
and
the
I
real.
feel like I just got attacked for trying to say exactly what Jennifer said so gently.
I don't think anybody attacked you. I did not hear that, and I've been listening very intently.
My legends, can I jump in real quick?
Go for it.
Jennifer,
Go for
I
it.
agree. Yeah, go ahead, sweetheart.
I just want to say that I just think that, you know, like someone just said, we're making this black and white, right? And as a black woman that lives in a southern part of Maryland,
we have some black MAGAs, we have some white MAGAs, you have some Spanish MAGA. So I don't really want to put a color on MAGA because we have people that are in our social circles who may be afraid to tell us that they are MAGA. Because people, MAGA is divided. MAGA is not a color. MAGA is, oh, because I have a business.
That's
MAGA is because I make this much money. MAGA is because there's a benefit in it for me.
Yeah.
And now it's toxic and it's hurting the country. And yes, we can talk about racism because even before MAGA was a big thing and people became this raged and feel like, let's just talk about how much we hate each other. 4 years ago, when my son was in 3rd grade, he was called the N-word. He shouldn't experience that. And another 3rd grader got that from his home. So when we say talk to your friends, talk to people you know, we may not know these people. I think we just have to listen to our hearts and like really like if we're the people on this call that know better, we should all do better. And just the only way I think we can help is through our own actions and what we're putting out there.
Not one black
I agree
person
with
on
all
this
that.
panel is going to be able to flip Tim Scott, and not one white person on this panel is going to be able to flip Jim Jordan. It's that simple. They're MAGA and they're MAGA.
I just think there is such
Black women are not Captain Save-A-Ho.
there's such great
We have to be
divide
willing to come out
happening. And I think and I don't think, I know it's starting with the president. It's starting with Nancy Mace when she came on the day, when we found out, after he was shot. It's with her, saying the things, spewing the things that she said immediately after somebody lost their life, blaming this group, blaming that group. And then they say things about, DEI and black people. And I saw the video of Charlie Kirk. I didn't know who the man was before I started, came to elimination. I didn't know this man from Adam. And so I saw that video the other day, and it, like someone else said, that made me angry hearing that and hearing him say that about these very intelligent black women. So
Disgusting.
it's the people in the media that they're saying these things, and it is causing divide because they want to divide black people.
They want to divide and conquer the country.
And
You know what?
yes, and take us back and whitewash history and do all this.
I'm sorry, could we hear from Momo and Don, who are both in interracial marriages? And let's hear, how are you guys handling the black and white divide right now? I mean, there's Tim. Come on in.
He can't hear me. I have an
Momo,
earpiece in. He can't hear me. I can only
and
hear
Momo,
him.
you have a white husband, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
but
I have a white boyfriend and a white ex-husband who I'm very dear friends with. What does that mean?
Well, if it's a black and white thing, how are you handling that in your own relationship?
hang on one second. May money. Calm down. We have and just listen without judging. We listen and we don't judge. Okay. All right. So, what is your question, James?
No, my question is, I mean, I live in a diverse household. I have a black son, I have a Hispanic daughter, I have a gay marriage. You have a white spouse, and Momo has a white spouse. And it's kind of like, okay, but none of us are against each other. We're all, so I would think, together on every issue, on every topic, which brings it back to this is a MAGA issue going against Democrats and Republicans. But how do you go to Tim and say you need to talk to all the white people you need to know and flip them?
Yeah, I do. I do. But I say it in a way that is not offensive. I say it in a way that doesn't push him away. I say it in a way that where he doesn't feel that I'm attacking him, because you want your words to penetrate and not bounce off. And I think that maybe in the group of folks that we're in right now, that we all should take that advice, and we're listening to people, as I say, and not judging and not jumping on every single word. And the thing that, in order for us to have a productive conversation and a conversation that actually really means anything, is that we have to allow people to say things, even if they say the wrong thing, because otherwise people then monitor their words and their thoughts. and nothing gets accomplished. So in my relationship, we talk about all of it. And I would do that regardless of the ethnicity of the person I'm in a relationship with. But we both understand that we come from two different worlds, two different backgrounds. So Tim is going to have the different perspective on things, some things, and I'm going to have a different perspective on some things. And I'm going to educate him, and he's going to educate me. And sometimes, guess what? We just have to disagree. We have to agree to disagree. And so, but I understand, let me finish, please. I understand, and you guys should understand how frustrating it is sometimes, because people feel, many times African Americans, I feel like the African American authority. Anytime somebody has an issue, they don't understand about racism, whatever, they come to me. And there are days where I just go, oh God, okay, do I have to explain this again? So I wrote a book about it. And so now I just tell people, here's my book. Why don't you read it? But what I have learned is that you have to become, to everyone on this panel, you have to become more curious and less judgmental. So if someone says something and it hits you wrong, don't jump on it right away. Give it a beat and think about, where is this person from? What is their background? Perhaps they don't understand something. And what way can I approach them or respond to them where they can hear my words and understand whether they're making a mistake or not, or whether they have a wrong thought about something, rather than it just bouncing off and them going, wait, what? What did you say? What? Oh my God, how dare I'm offended. Anyone can get offended. Any person. But it takes an intelligent person, an intellectual person, a well-grounded person, a self-possessed person, not to become offended by everything, to be able to listen, not judge, and then perhaps you might have to read people every once in a while. That, like I did the man on the street who didn't even know I read him. That's it.
We love you, Don. That's why we love you.
Thank you.
I've been going on mute for a while.
I think something to go.
Don, can I inject just one time?
Sure.
Yes, I totally agree. You and James gave so much good opinion. We all agree on essentially the issues. There's no doubt about it. But we get caught up in these because we all have our own life experiences, in my opinion. And so if we can just understand each other and say, we know we're all from different backgrounds, so we're going to all have different life experiences, because we agree on 95% of the issues. There's no doubt about it. I dated a black girl. Actually, I've dated 3. And so it made me change, because I saw the black perspective more than I would have otherwise.
Yeah.
And so I just think if we like you were saying, listen to other people, we can learn so much. There's a great book called The Cult of Trump, and Dr. Stephen Hassan, teaches you how that we have to listen to our MAGA friends and family in particular. And
someone is
then
mentioning that right now as you're
them,
speaking in the comments, Bob. Don, please have Dr. Stephen Hassan, cult expert, on as a guest.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yes.
he's got a lot of great books. He teaches us how to talk to them without putting them down or making them feel like they're dumb or something. You have to get to their heart. I always start with talking to them about something I know they're going to agree, and then work back. And I think I've had more effect. I think I changed one person's mind, but I'm just one person. I only did it once, and I've done it a dozen times or so. So you're not going to change MAGA overnight.
This is the point that I'm making, Bob, is that we can't do that. We don't know your family. We don't know your friends. The only way any of this changes is for you all to talk to them and to try and get them to understand.
Right. I agree with you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Jennifer, like look at what Dr. Tim Wise just told us. Like, if y'all look at Pasadena, his speech in Pasadena City College or whatever, it's like 9 years ago. This dude like knows how to talk to the white community. And actually make it like effective and change things. I'm sorry, my Black woman ass can't do shit to save the world because I'm over here the one that is pinching pennies. I had 84 cents in my fucking pocket the other day. I'm over here struggling. So like, what am I gonna do to help anybody when I don't have any voice and y'all ain't my family and shit? I'm just trying to tell
May, let
y'all
me
what
tell
to
you this.
do to
That's
make
right.
shit
They're
right.
gonna.
May, I respect you, and I don't know your reality, but I do think that you have a voice. Look at you, you're talking to almost 5,000 people who are listening to you, and perhaps you can offer them some insight on something. But I don't think that you're without agency at all. I think that even you're a powerful woman who has survived, a Black woman who has survived in this environment. That's a major thing. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people don't have money, and I understand that. And those of us who are fortunate enough to be able to, feed our families. But there are points where, I had nothing. I would sleep. I couch surfed when I moved to New York and I would house sit for people so that I could even have a place to sleep. And I was worried that I was going to have to sleep in the subway. But I don't want you to ever think that you don't have power and you don't have agency. That's the wrong mindset. You can understand that this is a place where you can come to a conclusion or an understanding that this is where I am right now, but it's not where I'm going to be forever. And so I was just noticing as you came on.
I'm not over here to cry or like I've never been that type of person. I'm
Yeah.
actually quite strong and
Amen.
and
I agree,
fortified
you are.
within myself.
May, it's okay, May. I am you, May. I'm here with you, girl. I am here praying for better times. I am a mother of 4. I'm just going to work just because I'm not fired. Okay.
Well, what I wanted to say to May, though,
But
what I wanted to say to May Money.
You just gotta, we have this community, we can have these conversations. That's why I really don't want us to argue. And I really want us to understand each other because we're falling for the bait if we go against each other on this platform.
Right. Yeah.
Because the bait is for us to argue with each other.
Yes.
But just know we have a lot more in common. I may have this membership, but I ain't rich. Just know that.
Me neither.
Let me just say this, May. I wanted to say I got cut off. I wanted to say this to May before I was cut off. When you first came on, I noticed that you have a recent glow up. Did anybody else notice? The glasses, the hair, the drip. And I wanted to say that to you, but then we went off on another tangent. So I was like, what is going on in May Money's life right now?
You look beautiful. You look good, girl. Wait till I get one of your fans. Wait till I get one of your fans and do a photo shoot.
Am I the only one who noticed it?
No, you're not. I'm checking every week. Because May had some good comments, so I'm gonna check them. And you do look good. Trust me.
Yeah, you do look good.
No matter how you feeling, you're not looking it.
I'm just a little Black girl from Oakland. You know what I mean? Doing what I do.
Well,
I'm a first generation citizen living in Maryland with my
You're
fans,
just Jenny from the Bronx, but only is Oakland.
I am just a little Black boy from Louisiana, from Baton Rouge, Port Allen, actually. But I got to go because we have been on this thing for a long time. And you guys, so here you go. You had your own show where you guys could work it out. This is group therapy.
Can I just say,
it's great therapy. Can we do it every week?
Can I just make everyone happy?
Yes. Please.
Come on, happy.
Today is my 50th birthday.
Happy 50th birthday.
I know it will make everyone happy.
One at a time. We can't hear. Go ahead, 50th birthday.
Happy birthday.
I know that it will make everybody happy to know that and to end on that note.
Yes.
Happy birthday
to you.
We gonna make it, y'all.
Happy birthday to
It's
you.
hard, but we shall make it.
Kendrick Lamar said, "We gonna be all right, y'all. We gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. We gonna make it.
We will.
We're gonna make it together. I don't care if you're white, black, Cookie Monster. We shall make it together.
Absolutely. We don't have a choice. We gotta live.
All right, guys. I have a treat for you. Are you guys ready? You guys ready?
Thank you.
What's the treat?
I have a treat so that we can all be happy.
John Lemon Show song.
Are you ready?
Roll it,
Play
Andy.
it.
It's the Don Lemon
Oh,
Show.
Lemon.
It's the Don Lemon Show. He's unmasking the truth. He don't take no shit. It's the Don Lemon Show.
Remix. Release them. Release them.
That part, release them files.
I love y'all.
Bye. I love you guys. I love you, legends. I love you, May Money. Bye.
Thank you.
Turn the TV off. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.